Hello, welcome to another episode of Mysterious North Carolina. What are we talking about today, boys?
Today, we've got a great mystery. This deals with Lake Norman. Now, Lake Norman, for those that don't know, this is a man-made lake by Duke Power Company. It encompasses 4 counties. It was constructed through 1959 through 64. It is 35 miles with an average depth of 33 feet and a maximum depth of 108 feet. It is known as a place for high-priced real estate, swimming in the water, going out on boats, fishing. But something is lurking in this water. And this creature is known as Normie.
Normie. Okay. So, Bennett, would you like to dive into some of the history of the sightings of Normie?
Yeah. So, there's one fellow by the name of Matt Myers who launched a site named LakeNormanMonster.com in the early 2000s, and ever since it's had 4 documented sightings per year over the last 15 years.
Okay.
This is a pretty sizable amount when you think of the number of people and the size of the lake.
Okay. All right. So, what are some of the apparent sightings? Can we sketch out what they've kind of looked like? It's generally things that look something like a monster, like the Loch Ness monster, or some kind of large aquatic animal of some sort. Justin, any insight there as to what people may have kind of been reporting or seeing?
Well, yes. So there's a theory out there that people have been seeing logs.
Okay, got it.
Logs, like floating logs,
Floating
and
logs.
debris
But
in the lake.
question is,
That's
do logs really look like monsters?
maybe in poor lighting or to an inebriated
do
individual,
know?
perhaps.
True. Does Normie show up if you're sober?
Good question.
Wait,
Let's crunch some.
wait. No,
numbers.
this is interesting. Could it sense whether people are inebriated or not, and then choose to get closer based on that?
It's more of the perception of the man than the perception of the beast.
And I personally
here.
don't even see a log being able to do that.
No, I don't either. What about so
But what about something that is able to sense?
like a flathead catfish?
Yes, flathead catfish.
How big can they get?
They can get fairly large.
Just looking at the top of your head here.
Yes.
Wait, do I see typing?
No.
No.
What kind of? I thought you researched.
No,
yes.
This is off the top of his head.
Pylodictis olivaris, of course,
Of course.
gets up to...
Of course.
I believe I remember these guys from the Oregon Trail.
He just pulled out his notebook, that's all.
Yeah. All right. So they can get up to 50 pounds.
Okay.
Okay, that's not little.
Look,
But the
important
largest
thing
fish are 110 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
What about these reports of attacking boats or, causing massive ripples in the water? Could a catfish do that?
Sure.
All right.
if it wanted to.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Wait.
This seems like a very vibes kind of based take. I didn't feel like that was rooted in too much research, but okay.
Why wouldn't a catfish be able to chase a boat?
Could it okay. I thought we'd read reports that, of this launching itself into small boats and that things of that nature. I don't think a 50-pound catfish is trying to bruise into a a fishing vessel.
Well, okay, that
Right.
I don't remember that from the report that
Okay, I
was
don't know what I was
drawn
reading.
up.
I don't know what the heck I was reading. Okay.
But let's
Who
maybe
knows the
consider
dream you
some
had?
other
Okay.
animals, because we
Yeah,
know that
please.
we've got Flathead Catfish
Yeah,
in
let's.
Lake
I
Norman.
think catfish.
An important piece of context here
Yeah.
is that the lake is near a nuclear power plant. So there is this
McGuire
idea.
Nuclear Station, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the idea with that?
There's this idea that there could be some sort of radiation that is mutating some of the fish in there.
And is there any scientific evidence to back that up?
Well, there's reports of hot zones in the water with an unusually high density of large fish.
Have they found any mutated fish in the area or creatures of any kind?
Justin?
Well, we have the Lake Normie sightings.
Oh, the sightings.
Yes.
Okay, but is there any like specimen that's been
No one's been able to catch Normie.
anything that's been? No, I mean even like a smaller fish that's had like any kind of nuclear contamination or.
That
Mutation.
is where our trusted viewers come in. Tell us in the comment
Ooh,
section
yeah, very
below
Yep.
if you have caught any mutated or otherwise fish of exceptional girth.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Please
I'm
be excited for the comments on that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
And
Okay.
speaking of fish, it is worth mentioning garfish. We have Longnose Gar in North Carolina. These
Okay.
are long, spindly looking fish with
Okay.
sharp spear-like teeth.
So that would look pretty scary if you saw that lurking near the surface of the water.
For some people, yes.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Well, let's see what else. Do we want to talk about the alligator hypothesis?
Yeah, so they do occasionally catch gators in Mecklenburg County.
Right.
This is usually from people who buy them as pets,
Yes.
and they don't realize that alligators grow.
Okay. Sure. Right. Now there are, wild alligators in our state.
Well, of course, yes, there are plenty of
So they
alligators
could,
in
in
the
theory,
eastern part of the state.
Traverse up from the coastal plains into the Piedmont.
Yes, in the same sense that we could just hike it out to Tennessee on foot, but
Mm-hmm. It's a long trek for a gator.
I mean,
so alligator more likely the released pet hypothesis
more likely, yes, they
than
wouldn't
a
have
wild alligator
much reason to walk all
swimming
the way
up the
here.
waterways.
Yeah, they wouldn't swim up the PD.
Okay.
But alligators, they are quite frightening, and with all the Yankees, that for them, an alligator might as well be a dinosaur.
Yeah,
So-
and there has been at least one alligator spotted, verified in Mecklenburg County,
Yes.
which is where Lake Norman is located.
Speaking of reptiles, also
Yeah.
to consider are turtles.
No, there's no one seeing a turtle and thinking it's a sea monster.
Oh, but snapping turtles. Have you
Mm.
seen one of those?
Yeah, I've seen a snapping turtle.
Alligator snapping turtles can get large.
Yes.
I've seen pretty large snapping turtles around Charlotte.
So, in 2000, there were 2 different alligators spotted in Lake Norman, and then they were removed by wildlife control officers.
How large were
They
they?
released pets, 5 to 6 feet.
Why were they removed? What did they do wrong?
Well, it is where people swim and go on boats and have their children.
Well, do the alligators not have a right to that water?
They feast on humans on occasion.
I suppose that it being
I
a
think I'm-
man-made lake, the
Yeah.
alligators do not have dominion.
I see. I think a sign warning about alligators would have sufficed. I think.
Wow, this is interesting, actually, Justin. Maybe onto something. There were reports of an alligator that was confirmed to be a turtle.
Interesting.
Someone thought, that probably would have been a snapping turtle.
Hmm.
Due
I
to
hope.
the winter dropping to below 55 degrees, it's impossible for there to be a breeding population of alligators.
I see. That's why we only
But what if
have
they
them
found
as-
one of those hot hole zones near the nuclear plant?
That is a good question.
They don't lay eggs underwater.
What if they're... What if they found an indoor venue with a heated...
An indoor... What are you talking about?
What if the alligators traveled off of the shore of the lake,
Uh-huh.
found an indoor abode to lay their eggs that was warm? Like perhaps we're
Oh, Popeyes?
could have been anything. Could have been, a Bojangles. It could have been, certain establishments. You see an alligator laying eggs.
A cookout.
No problem. That's just run of the mill. That happens, right?
You walk into a cookout, you see an alligator laying eggs.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, this is cookout. This is North Carolina. All right, maybe. Probably not the alligator hypothesis.
Okay, but we've also got very large salamanders.
How large?
They can get up to 2.5 feet, I've heard. So these
2.5 foot Loch Ness lake monster.
Yeah, so these salamanders, they are known as HE double hockey stick benders. This is a family-friendly show, so...
Is it?
The old Hellbender.
HE double... The heck benders. Thank you.
Well, Hellbender is one of our co-host middle names.
Okay.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
those viewing, look up Hellbender salamander and tell me if I saw one of these that was 3 feet long, I would definitely think it's some sort of...
You would think it's a
I would consider
lake
it-
monster?
I
that
would
could-
consider
that
it a
could eat you?
monster. I mean...
You think it could eat you?
3 feet?
You think
That means if it was standing upright, it would go from your feet to,
You think it could eat you? It could probably eat your feet.
I don't think it could eat you, but
It
I
could
think
eat-
it would be...
It could eat some of your body.
I think it would be highly concerning.
How much of your body could it eat?
I
Before
want to
it
know
fell?
how much of your body it could
How
eat.
much of your body could it eat before it was like, no mas? I'm full. A foot?
I think it could fit one of your legs inside of its mouth.
An entire leg.
Yes. You specifically.
You were once attacked by a salamander.
No.
Is that right? Okay.
Never.
All right. So it's
Justin?
not the salamander. It's
It
probably
could
not
be.
the alligator.
You see one of these?
Wow.
You see
Yeah.
you see one of these 3 feet long?
Okay. What about, and I don't want to go too off the rails here, but what about some sort of ancient kaiju monster that was awakened when they dammed up the river and created the lake? Could they have inadvertently awoken something more ancient, more powerful,
Like a
and far
plesiosaurus.
larger, like a plesiosaurus? There we go.
Is that a possibility?
I am, yes. That's what I
No, it is not a possibility.
And on whom's authority do you make this proclamation? There's no evidence for that.
No, we haven't
But is there any evidence against that, Justin?
That's excellent
against
question.
that.
Can you prove that it's false?
Did I prove that there isn't an ancient plesiosaurus that has awoken?
In a man-made lake that was
Yes.
crafted, a couple generations ago.
That's about 30 feet deep.
Yeah.
on average.
I think I'm pretty confident in saying that there's not evidence for it.
Okay, so where do we land? What do we think is obviously a lot of these sightings probably, mistaken identities of things, but if we had to pinpoint one kind of culprit for the majority of this lore and myth that's built up over the years, what are we pinning it on?
Well, in my best estimation, if people are seeing things in the water, it's most likely a catfish just coming up to the surface.
It seems likely that it's a mixture of catfish and logs and salamanders and wild imagination.
All right, seems reasonable. I think I concur with all of that.
Although, aren't you a paying member of LakeNorman.com? Isn't that like a big community?
Are you
I'm
talking-
not in that community.
No,
actually.
Are you talking about LakeNormanMonster.com?
Yes.
LakeNormanMonster.com. And now, Bennett, I know you were kicked out of that community for some inappropriate images posted to that.
Really?
That platform. Nothing criminal, just it made people uncomfortable. So, Justin, are you still, though, a dues-paying member of
No.
LakeNormanMonster.com?
I'm not a dues-paying member. They do sell a children's book if you are interested. Note this has not been sponsored by LakeNormanMonster.com.
Trying to capitalize off of the name.
As we can see with this one sighting here, people seeing something at least 14 feet long. Just swam up right next to you. If you feel something brush next to you in Lake Norman, what is your first thought?
And then it's a 3-foot salamander.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. You just see...
My first thought would be a large fish, and then a turtle, and then a gar, and then an alligator, and then a plesiosaur.
I don't think you think that much.
In that order.
In that order.
Yeah.
That's the things flashing through my mind in roughly half a second. All of that. That's the order.
I think it would take you multiple seconds to progress that far.
No, it's in a just blink of an eye. I've already thought through every possible scenario because you have to know how to defend yourself against each of those individual threats.
Also, here's a problem with the mutation hypothesis. Lake Norman, that supplies all the drinking water from Mecklenburg County and the surrounding.
Right.
Or at least a very, very large part.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That would make all of us affected by radiation.
What if it's localized, right, in the water hot zones?
Yeah.
Where there's discharge.
Yep.
Yep. It could be localized. It's sort of like when you're next to a microwave, right? You get more exposure.
Of course. Well, yeah, I don't know. Let's rate this mystery, like scale of 1 to 10. How much credence do we put into any of the more exotic, kind of impressive options here? I'm gonna give it a 1.
1. So you're like woohoo all the way in.
Oh, other way.
Oh,
other way.
okay.
Sorry. Oh, and wait a minute. Before we get to our final rankings here, we have our field correspondent who has just gotten back from Lake Norman, investigating this mystery for us for a little in-depth report on the ground. Here we go. Reginald.
How are you doing, guys?
Doing well. How are you doing, Reginald?
I would say I'm doing pretty good. Not amazing, but
Okay. All right.
I'll be okay for this.
Oh, okay. Did everything go okay down at the lake?
Well, it was quite an interesting trip, I will say. Mostly it was fine, but there was one thing. I got bit by something, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But
Oh, dear God.
I think I was bitten.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
that doesn't look very good.
Yeah, it's a bit swollen, maybe. I really don't know.
You should probably get that checked out.
I'm not a doctor. Can ask the
Have you seen a
NIH,
doctor
but-
yet? Oh, okay.
No.
Did you see what it was that bit you?
No.
Oh.
You know, where I grew up, we really take care of things on our own. We are self-sufficient.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, okay.
Where did you grow up?
Yeah, where is that?
Well, it was somewhere. I forgot where.
Okay.
All right. That's
It was just a
okay.
little town where we are self-sufficient.
Little hamlet or village of some sort.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Um,
Really don't give a
Gotcha.
damn about that place anymore. But,
yeah, okay.
We moved on.
Sounds good. You've moved on from that. Justin, any
Yes.
questions for Reginald, our correspondent here?
Yes. So, in your estimation, is there something to the Lake Norman monster sightings?
Well, based on this, it's possible. You know, it could have just been a swamp cat, but you know, to be honest with you, a monster could be plausible. I'm not a scientist myself, but
Wait, just a swamp cat?
I think that's
just an ordinary, typical swamp cat.
yes, just a typical swamp cat.
A
Okay.
swamp cat.
Okay.
Yes.
What would that be?
You haven't seen a
exactly?
swamp cat?
I know.
No.
I've never heard of that.
No.
I've heard of a wampus cat.
It's just
but-
like this creature that it's a bit long. no whiskers, and it comes up and nips you, you know?
Okay.
Reginald, it seems like there's
All right.
some questions flying around in people's heads about your credibility. What is your response to that?
Well, my response would be that I'm just a guy going out in nature, just having fun, and you can take what you think from me, and if you don't believe me, then honestly, that's completely fine, but I only give what I can give.
Okay.
Here it is.
No, thank you so much. Just one more time, could you quickly, any kind of impression that you had from what bit you? Just go over that one more time. I kind of didn't catch that. Was there any shape or, did it seem like a large creature or small?
It seemed like a medium size, maybe well sized. It just seemed like it had some mass to it, you know, like some momentum, some force.
Okay.
Some power. You know?
Okay.
So it could have been a swamp cat, but also it really was maybe bigger than that. So honestly, I really couldn't tell you. It was out of the ordinary for sure.
All right. Well, thank you.
I just try to carry on. And
there we go.
my
Well,
job
thank
is
you, and go ahead and maybe get that looked at, because that is a pretty big gash that creature took out of you there.
I'll have to take care of this rubbish, but for now.
All right, thank you, Reginald, and we'll see you again for the next one.
Of course.
Absolutely. Okay.
That is great.
Oh, well, we'll see you.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Well, anyways, on that account alone, I'm gonna up my ranking of 2 out of 10 for something going on mysterious in Lake Norman in North Carolina. Guys, would you like to contribute your final thoughts or ranking out of 10 from how likely there's something strange afoot in these waters?
Well, after hearing his account, I'll have to bump mine up to 1.
Bump it up to a 1. You were at a 0 before.
Are we able to give a 0?
And yours?
I will also conclude a 1 out of 10. The reason being, a man-made lake, only, a few decades old, not very deep.
It's strange though, before recording you were like at a 7 out of 10. So even with that account, you're all the way down to a 1.
When you look at the situation and the lack of, video footage of...
There's a dearth of evidence here. It's very anecdotal.
You would think that there'd be a lot more than just like a log in the water.
You have to wonder if this is just kind of a commercialized thing that has been really propagated to sell some little plush toys.
To sell the children's books.
And boat tours and things of that nature. You have to wonder, maybe there really isn't a monster in Lake Norman. But Justin, our researcher, is looking at one final piece of evidence to maybe tip the scales a bit towards some more belief. Justin, what have you found there?
What have I found? I have discovered that Lake Norman is a popular place for golf. So maybe golf balls are landing in the water. And this has caused disturbances.
All right, well, that'll do it.
Okay.
Wrapping up another episode of Mysterious North Carolina. We'll be back next time with a look at something a little more supernatural. Until
Make
then,
sure to drop a like and comment on your score from 1 out of 10 and reasoning.
And go ahead and subscribe and be part of